Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk Ferris State hockey. With us, head coach Bob Daniels. Coach, welcome to the show.
Good to be here, Rob. Thank you.
I know, good to be back playing hockey again in front of fans, and obviously an exciting weekend here against Miami of Ohio to start the year.
It really was, and boy, on Friday night, or I guess it was Saturday night, having the first home game and the crowd there, it was a great crowd, a lot of energy in the building. Interesting as we went into the game, you didn't quite know what to expect. It's been a long time since we played a game in front of a crowd. Last year because of COVID, we were, I think, limited to 200 or so people, and so to have that kind of attendance, I knew that it was going to be a wild first period. I just knew it because both us and Miami was the same a year ago. So first time in front of a crowd in a long time, and the 6 goals scored in the first period, it wasn't a surprise to me. Now I did think, on the weekend and particularly on Friday, we saw what kind of team we can be, in that first period. And then in the second period, I felt we saw the kind of team we don't want to be. We did not play well. Might have been a little bit of a letdown after such a charge in the first, but we let Miami score 4 and answered in the second, and we couldn't claw our way back in the third. But we responded with a good win on Sunday night. But boy, Friday night's game, in the first period, we score a goal, even strength. We score a goal in the power play. We scored a goal shorthanded, and we scored a goal on the penalty shot. I mean, sometimes you don't do that all in a season, and we did it in 20 minutes. It was wild, and it was fun to be in front of the fans.
As we go some of the highlights, we'll start with Saturday night's opening period, and obviously Miami, an old CCHA rival, as you make the return to the CCHA this year.
Yeah, it was. It was good to play them. And, before the puck drop, we had took a moment to celebrate Perk Weisenberger's career here at Ferris, and it was an awesome event, and really glad we had a chance to do that before the opening face-off. And you see us quickly get on the board with a shorthanded goal. They turn around and score right away up on that same power play. So we scored, and then they still had the power play, and they scored. I thought, and that was a case for the second ago with the puck management there. We turned over a lot of pucks. Here's a goal by Antonio Venuto on a penalty shot. He got tripped, as you saw in the previous clip. It was a great finish by him. But here's a penalty kill mistake that I don't think we'll make later in the year. But it's the first game, and a lot of mistakes by both teams, I would say, and a lot of good offense by both teams.
Obviously, you've got a lot of kids that saw some action last year, but a lot of new kids, new faces seeing their first action too.
Yeah, it was. We had a young team a year ago, but all of a sudden we went from young to a pretty experienced team. In that a lot of our freshmen from last year, we had 10 freshmen a year ago. Boy, they saw a lot. Not only saw a lot of minutes, but they saw a lot of valuable minutes. They had to because where we were. You're seeing them score here in the second on us, and we went from a 4-2 lead down 6-4. And you'll know a lot of the goals were right around the front of our net. Our coverage was a little sloppy. And as I just thought they outworked us right around the front of our net, and as I said, maybe a little hangover from scoring 4 in the first period and a letdown by us, which you hate to see. In the third, we're going to try to get it back. Here they scored an empty net goal. We kept the goalie pulled. So it is what it is. But I walked away feeling pretty good about what we could be. I said, hey, you know what? We scored some goals. We could be a pretty good team here this year. Obviously, I felt like there was a lot of pressure on us on Sunday night to come back with the win.
How unique was it, before we get into Sunday's game, playing that quick turnaround time after a game the night before to an afternoon start on Sunday? Yeah,
you know what it was? It was harder than I thought. And we're crunched. We had parents' weekend, so we had all the parents in town, and with that came a parents' breakfast on Sunday morning, which I went to, but I ducked out of pretty quickly, because we're trying to get video set. We're trying to set our lineup. It's more difficult this year, Rob, than it's ever been in a long time because we are deep. We've got a lot of players that could be in the lineup and could play, and consequently, we're sitting some players that are pretty good players in the stands.
As we go to the highlights, we'll get started here on Sunday afternoon, and obviously another highly competitive game between the two teams.
Yeah, and they score right away. You could see in the first couple minutes of play, which you don't want to do. I felt as though we didn't see it enough on the clip that they hauled our guy down, though, and changed the possession, and they scored. I was a little curious as to why that wasn't a penalty. But we come back, we tie it right away, and so we're twice in this game we came from behind. And that's good because the night before we lost with the lead. It was good to see us come from behind. Here was a giveaway behind the net. Obviously, again, something, we got to work on, just that play right around our goal. I don't think there was any goals in the second period. I think it concludes at 2-1. Doesn't mean there wasn't a lot of action, as you see, but just not a lot on the scoreboard.
Obviously, Logan Stein in net did a nice job for you, and a guy that got some experience last year, now stepping into a bigger role.
Absolutely. A year ago, he couldn't have played 2 nights in a row as a freshman. He wasn't in the kind of shape you need to be. Great goal here. Another nice finish by Venuto. Really good play by Justin McCallion. So it gets us to 2-2. Great save there by Logan Stein, and he looked so strong the second night, back-to-back games he played. Here we have a chance to go up 3-2. Couldn't quite get it, but we will here in a second on this power play. First goal by Bradley Merrick, a freshman, and he had a really strong weekend for us.
Obviously, you get that big goal. They come right back, though, and force overtime with a huge goal right here.
Big mistake by me on this. I left our power play unit out there. It was a minute 47, and I knew the minute I did it, they have a new thing where they're trying to get the face-offs quicker, and I didn't use my head. Here's the game winner. I'll get back to that in a second on that, but what a great play by Stepan Pokorny. Really nice individual effort. He was really throwing it on goal just to get a whistle in their end. We were short-handed, and we were down 4-on-3, and that's a big goal and a big win for us. But as I was saying, we had a power play. We scored to have a 3-2 lead. I knew they were going to pull the goalie, and the minute the puck dropped, I'm like, we got a power play unit out there. I should have just put a normal 5-on-5 unit out there, and I didn't. And I was begging for a whistle so I could get the right line out there. And, bad read on my part.
How important was a win like that, obviously, for a lot of your younger guys to get a big victory like that?
That was really big. It really meant a lot. We needed a win, Rob. And the guys, right from March of last year when we got knocked out of the playoffs and we took 2 weeks off, and then we came right back and they got in the weight room. We're a completely different team condition-wise right now. A year ago, I felt like we were a rec league team. We weren't in the type of shape you need to be in to play Division I college hockey, and it was no one's fault. It was COVID's fault. But there was nothing we could do about it, and we got them in the best shape we could, played the season, but as soon as the year was over, we got them right in the weight room, and you could see the results. As I said, there was no way Logan Stein could have played back-to-back games last year, but we wouldn't have won that second night, and he was strong right through it, and it also went into overtime.
Obviously, this week, quickly, a big matchup against Western Michigan, in-state rival, down in Kalamazoo on Friday and back at home on Saturday.
Yeah, well, this might be one of the best teams we face all year. They're a top 5 team in the country. They're loaded. I mean, they are loaded, Rob. Really excited about playing them because of that. This is a team that the last couple of years, 2 years ago, they got cut short by COVID, but that was a team that could have gone deep into the NCAA tournament. They're a team that went deep last year into their conference tournament, the NCHC, and they're a team right now that people are looking at. They're deep, they're old. I mean, they've got a lot of veterans in all positions. They've got a defenseman there, a Tard, that could play in the National Hockey League, I think, right now. So this is going to be a great test of where we're at as a team, and we really look forward to it.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win on Sunday. Best of luck against the Broncos this weekend.
Thank you, Rob.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.